Lake St. Clair, super smallmouth fishery, 7th stop of the Bassmaster Elite Series, sitting just outside of the classic cut, so there is no margin for error.
Lake St. Clair. Here we go. Dave Mercer's on the mic. It's time to go.
He's a 2-time Elite Series champion, a 13-time Bassmaster qualifier, sailing Virginia, the cruise vessel, John Cruz. Thank you, John.
I mean, I focused 100% of my practice on smallmouth. I never caught a single largemouth near the bank. I caught 2 little dinks out in the middle in practice, so 100% of my focus was on smallmouth. That is gonna be the player. That's what's gonna get you a top 10. That's what's gonna get you a high finish, and that is what I needed. So I spent all of my practice going for smallmouth. And lo and behold, one of the areas really got a gut instinct. It was holding a little better average size, caught a couple 5-pounders in practice in one general area. Some of my roommates caught bigger smallmouth in one area. You can catch fish all over that lake, but the whole key is finding that bigger class of smallmouth. So that is where we started on day 1. All right. I mean, day 1 got off to a decent start. Caught a couple decent ones right out of the gate, and then kind of went through a lull for a while. So I picked up, moved areas, was able to put a couple more in the boat.
Nice.
Okay. Down there, big girl. Don't do it.
Needed right there. Oh, mini magic worm right at the boat. Whew. 4-9.
Wow. Is that large?
What in the world? Get out of here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Should have just thrown him in the boat.
So you had to hunt around and catch the ones that you were catching. It wasn't anywhere where they were congregated. They were very separated, and I wasn't getting a ton of bites. But you know, by noon, I knew I had a pretty decent limit, and I needed to call a few more times. You got to get over that magic 20-pound mark anytime you go up north, and we're getting close to there as the afternoon's, you know, kind of closing in.
Cool.
Well, we just weighed in 19.4. It's going to be questionable whether we're going to be inside of the cut. Crazy. This place is fishing pretty good as we thought. So we'll give you an update here in the morning.
Was inside of the cut, but only by a couple ounces. Over 19 pounds was in 50th place. Really kind of shows what kind of fishery that Lake St. Clair is. You know, up there in Michigan, it's just an awesome, really cool fishery. But I know I needed to kind of step my game up. Day one, shorter day. Day two, I had a full long day. You know, day one I had to be in at 3 o'clock. Day two, didn't have to be in until 4:30. And I really felt like that was going to be an advantage to me. I felt like they were starting to bite better in the afternoon on day one. Caught a couple of those better fish in the afternoon. So day two, get the full day. Let's see where it starts. I figured I'd start kind of in the same rotation where I ended on day one.
We are barely in the cut. Over 19 pounds is in 50th place. So we are in the cut, which is okay. It's a decent start. We got to go ahead and catch more than that. We got to try to break that 20-pound barrier and see if we can't jump up in there and move up a few spots. That's what we need to do. There's no other option. So that's what we're gonna work on today.
Bassmaster Classic qualifier, a two-time Elite Series champion from Salem, Virginia, the cruise missile, John Cruz.
4:30. Do it. Gotcha, baby.
Good job, John Cruz.
Gotcha, baby. Call it 4.9.
4.9.
Yep. Took some coaxing. Dude, there was 3 of them down there.
Cojones, man.
10-pound test.
Oh, is it 10?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
10-pound test. That's what you can do. Don't have to screw around with that stuff.
I seen it coming. I could see it in your face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wasn't real fat.
I'm close.
All right.
What do you want to call her, John?
We'll call it 36.
36.
Oh, look at that. God, that's a good one too. This one's grown, yeah. Stay on it, baby.
There you go. There you go, John Cruz. Aye, aye.
That hook came right out. Oh my gosh.
That's a good one.
That's a 5, bro.
That's a 5, bro. That's what.
Day 2 started out kind of like day 1. Caught a couple decent ones early, and then it was just kind of like hunt and peck, one here, one there, one here, one there, and ended up having a pretty decent limit. I knew by lunchtime or so I had about 20 pounds, which was gonna get me into day 3. That's goal number 1. Goal number 2 is to move up as much as possible. If I can move up, you know, 10, 20 places on day 2 and day 3, it's just gonna really help me for the points. And as tight as the weights were, every single cull makes a difference at Lake St. Clair.
Yes. Yes, sir. Look at that toe. Golly. Yes, sir, John Cruz.
Right in the upper lip, baby.
Wow.
That one's bigger than 2.5. I think we have found another region of fish.
I think you have too. Untapped, maybe.
This might be 4 pounds. Stick on there, buddy bub. Stay on there.
That's not that. That one definitely don't make the team. Oh yeah, he's a teammate. For sure. That's him. Oh yeah.
On there, baby.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a 5, dude. That's a freaking 5. That's him. That's him. Oh my gosh, that's a good one, John. Yes. 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 Goodbye, 3-pounder. That's a 5. That's a 5.
Man, so I ended up getting a couple nice culls there at the end of the day on day 2. Like I said, that afternoon bite definitely kicked in. After 4 o'clock, I caught 2 culls, a 4 and a 5. That put me up there almost 23 pounds. I think it was 22.14 was my weight. Almost 23 pounds of smallmouth jumped me all the way up to 24th place. Huge for points. To go from the 40s to the 20s was huge for points. Now we're focusing on day 3, so what I call moving day. That's when you make and break your points for the year. I needed to maintain that. I needed to catch at least another 20-pound bag to try to stay up there in the 20s.
And now we are on day 3. As you can see, cloudy, a little rain. Got the helmet out. See if we can get after it here on day number 3. Moved up to 24th place, huge jump, and got to try to maintain that. Points, points, points. That's what it's all about, trying to make this classic. So that's the name of the game. I'm going to try to get as many points as possible, and it's going to take at least 21. I think I got to have over 20. I think I really need over 21 to maintain where I am, and we'll see if we can't put it together.
All right, lo and behold, we get out there on day 3. Wind is a problem. It's blowing. The first 2 days we had beautiful weather, very light wind. Day 3, they were calling for 5 to 10, but you could pretty much double that, and that's about what you got on day 3. You know, a lot of times the weatherman tries to do the best they can, but you know, them little ISO bars get too close together. Next thing you know, you got too much wind for really getting around there and using your live scope to catch those big smallmouth. But that's really the only thing I had going.
Nice. Ooh.
That's right. Oh, greenfish. Greenfish surprise. That's what that was on day 3. It was kind of cool. It was almost a 2.5 pounder. Threw that one in the box, and then I thought it kind of sucked me in. I thought maybe I'll just go ahead and see if I can't, you know, catch a couple more, maybe get lucky and get a 3 or 4 pound largemouth, which there are plenty of them that live in Lake St. Clair. Well, yeah, okay. Didn't work out too well. As you can see, I caught some chips there for largemouth, and then I went back out for the smallmouth. It was slow and it was a grind, but you know, when you get bit on Lake St. Clair and you're in the right areas, you're gonna get some good ones.
Attaboy. That's the right one. Yeah, buddy. Looks like.
So. Yeah, on there, buddy.
Nice. That'll play. What's that? Very good.
By the end of the day, ended up with a little over 17 pounds, 17 and a half, I think is what it was. Not the average I needed. I needed 20, and I had 17, so I slipped from 24th place back down to 37th. I gave up 13 points. Ouch. Not where I needed to be, because I'm sitting just outside that classic cut now. After the tournament and ended in 37th, I'm 19 points out of the classic cut. So I'm right there. We have two more events to go, and was right there. So a decent finish, day 3 finish, clipped another one of those 10 grand checks. Day 3 finish, and didn't finish at the very bottom, slipped a few places. If I could have just had one more decent bite, I could have called out that green fish and probably ended up still in the 20s, which would have been good. Every single point makes a difference at this point in time, or where I am in the classic. Almost every year it makes a difference, but this year especially. So I've got 2 more tournaments. We've got Lake Champlain, St. Lawrence River, back to back, coming up really soon. I've got to put them in the boat like that. There's no room for error, as I said earlier. There's no room for error. I've got to perform every single day on the water. No slipping, no weighing in 2-pounders. Everything's got to be over 3 pounds. Got to catch some big fish almost every single day. I know what I've got to do. Now I've just got to go out and do it. Lake St. Clair's behind me. Helped myself a little bit, didn't hurt myself, so that was good. Now we're going up to New York, and we gotta play the game and finish this thing out.